Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Casting Angles with Mac Brown. How you doing, Mac?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Marvin?
As always, Mac, just trying to stay out of trouble and, took a look at your weather, and you're still dry, but you're a little bit, maybe slightly unseasonably warm. What are you seeing out on the wild trout streams?
We still have a lot of midges and a whole lot of blue-wing olives, pretty consistent. And we had a lot of cloudy weather Friday, Saturday, and we're supposed to get all the rain. We didn't get a lot of rain. Maybe Friday we got just enough to wet the windshield, and that was it. And then Saturday we had maybe an hour of really light, like not even a rain, more like a heavy mist, just enough to make things wet, like the car windshield wet, but not enough to say it was a tenth of an inch or anything like that. So those cloudy days produced a lot more blue wings. And but I think tomorrow was supposed to be cloudy like that again too. So it'll probably be the same thing. A lot of midge activity. The DH was at least in Tuckasegee. I mean, all of them in this part of the state have already been like their second stocking in November. So those have been really, really good for teaching whatever technique, somebody wants to work on. You could dry fly. We did one day of all dry fly, on a trip Saturday, and we've done a lot of wet fly, and we've done a lot of real small nymphs. So doesn't really, right now it's like fair game to do whatever you want to work on.
Yeah, so I'd imagine on the DH, right, if you haven't gotten any water, the fish are pretty potted up. And to your point, if you've got new fish, a great time for anglers to go out to work on something, because there's going to be a little bit of a margin for error, because those fish aren't going to be as picky as they will be after they've been in the water for 2 or 3 months.
That's right. Right now, yeah, it was really good for trips last week and over the weekend. And I think it just makes it easy. You can ask people, hey, what is it you want to do? And if, they tell you what technique they're wanting to learn, and you can actually do it and get good results with any of the techniques that exist right now. Another couple of weeks, that'll change. They'll start figuring out, the blue wing game and the midge game, and then those fish will be like the ones that were put in October.
Yeah. And I would imagine too that, the wild stream fishing is probably pretty technical. So, I would say that probably means really long leaders, be really stealthy. And that means probably staying out of the water as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, that'd be really good advice, just to try to fish further away, I think is a big part of it. And a big part of fishing further away, lengthening out the leader, like we talk about quite a bit with you, is just such an advantage. Like it's just so much harder for folks to have like the normal store-bought 7.5 foot, 9 foot leader. That's just way too short. That won't fly with this water level. It needs to be much, much greater than that.
Yeah. And also too, probably a good time to kind of remind people about the rule of 6, and that, even if you have more distance, the best thing you can do is to basically try to sidearm cast to kind of stay out of that cone of the trout's vision, right?
Yeah, horizontal casts work great, and I think that's you can still roll cast horizontal and stuff too, but I just think that leads to a lot of advantages. I've been going up there hiking a lot after work, and when I get done at the end of the day, I've been on Deep Creek every day the last 10 days, and just doing hikes in the evening, and I see a lot of people that are up there, in the lower stretches of Deep Creek, and the biggest thing I would say is just from I didn't talk to them. I was just up there to hike, but everyone I've seen's been fishing out less than a rod length away, and I could bet money that's not producing anything for them, because it's too low, too clear. You can't fish a rod length away in this type of water. There's not a lot of rapids or riffles or anything like that. It's really low and clear everywhere,
Yeah.
So that would backfire. I'm sure they spook the fish as soon as they move their hand,
Yeah. And so the other thing too, in your part of the world, is we come up on Thanksgiving, you're going to have a lot of people kind of, tourists passing through your neck of the woods for the holiday. And, the big trick is, if you want to get out and fish, what are your suggestions to help folks avoid the crowds?
To avoid the crowds, I would say, I would go explore some off the beaten path stuff. Like 20 Mile Creek that feeds into Chiowa. There's so many. I'm not just saying that one. There's hundreds of 20-mile creeks in this area. But I would say get off the beaten path, instead of a DH, because those fish out of the lakes are running up this time of year. This is a fantastic time. Like Snowbird, Santila Creek, Chiowa River, all these creeks that feed into these impoundments have wild fish in the lake that are going up. And this is one of the better times of year to go in there and see, large rainbow and browns both coming up out of those lakes. And so that's what I would do. If I had a day off, take my kids. Right now they're in school, but I mean, if I had maybe this weekend, I'll actually do that. Just take them into one of the mouths of these creeks and work up in the first couple miles of those creeks that feed the impoundments. That's where the better fishing is as far as, quality wild fish.
Yeah, absolutely. And, folks, we love questions on the articulate fly. You can email them or DM us on social media, whatever's easiest for you. And we love answering your questions. Last time we were talking about leaders, you'd send in a bunch of questions. That was really awesome. But, keep them coming. We do this for you guys to help your time on the water, particularly in Western North Carolina, be more productive. And, Mac, before I let you go, you want to let folks know where they can find you if they want to kind of get on your guide calendar. And I know you've got a busy show circuit coming up too.
Yeah, just MacBrownFlyFish.com or Facebook or Instagram, Mac Brown Flyfish. And the other show, since I talked to you, is going to be the Midwest Fly Fishing Show up in Michigan. And we decided last week we're going to go ahead and go up there and do that. That's in the first week and a half or so of March. And I don't remember the date, to be honest, but just type in Midwest Fly Fishing Show. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to have my buddy Michael Mari there, Phil Rowley, Alice Owsley. That'll be a fun bunch. I'm looking forward to going up there to Michigan.
Yeah, they're all great folks too. And also, stay tuned right after the holidays. Keep your eye on our social media feeds, because Mac and I are going to be dropping some online classes. So if you can't get to Mac, in person on the show circuit, we have an opportunity for you to benefit from his vast casting knowledge online. So keep an eye out for that. And, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Mac.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and to everybody out there.
Tight lines, everybody.
Tight lines, Marvin.